What's going on YouTube? Barrymore here. In today's episode of Pool Party Tuesday, we are going to be opening the Beelzemon starter decks and talk a little bit about how I felt about them and how I feel about the cards. I was able to participate in 2 of the Beelzemon Cups this weekend that our locals hosted. I was able to win one, as you see from the winner card, and the other one I went X1 but got 3rd place. But nonetheless, I was able to get at least one of them along with all these pre-release packs and the 2 Titamons for participation. But I didn't use Beelzemon the deck itself. I kept them sealed because I wanted to do this video, and I actually played Titamon and Mervamon, and it was actually a really fun deck, and I had a ton of fun. It was great just being able to play just purple and nothing else. The only other card that I was worried about was Death X, and in one of the matches I did end up losing the first cup I went to. I ended up losing because of Death X. It just, the card is just too overpowered, especially when you're playing decks that you want to rush with rookies or whatnot in level 4s. But nonetheless, like I said, I got to win one of them, which was really awesome. So I want to go ahead and open these packs for you guys with the pre-release packs, and then I want to talk a little bit more about the deck itself by opening these other packs, and hopefully we might get a chance of getting the alternate art Beelzemon. That would be the best thing ever, and that would be just awesome to pull out for you guys here on camera. So let's go ahead and look at these cards and then just opening up these packs. I'm gonna open up the pre-release packs first. I don't want to open this. I want to keep it sealed just for the collection. But the rest we're gonna open on camera and talk a little bit more about. These Titamons are not foil, unfortunately, but they are cool just because they have the Beelzemon cup. So these are nice to get as just a participation pack. Put these to the side, and then we'll go ahead and open up these pre-release packs real quick and see what's inside of them. Right now, we're just trying to get some of the chase cards, I guess, for the Beelzemon pre-release packs, the ones that are going to be used inside of the deck itself, like the Tamer and the option cards, and maybe the Wizardmon and the Witchmon. So let's find out and see what's inside. First one, let's see what's in here. I see an egg, that might be useful. I got the Yamon and the Wizardmon. There you go. It's one of those chase cards is the Wizardmon because he's used, I believe, as a 4 inside of the main deck. If you're looking to build one, his effect is pretty insane because it gives you whenever you trash it from your deck, you do get in memory. It's the same thing as the option card that comes inside the deck. But yeah, gain in memory from trashing it, and then the inheritable may reveal 1 purple card and from your hand, and then put it on top of your deck. So if you have another copy of Wizardmon on top or in your deck or your hand, and then you attack with this card or as the inheritable, you get to put that Wizardmon on top and then mill it some way or another with the deck, because that's usually what it does. And then we got the Yamon, another baby that's used, which is pretty good opening for the first pack. Let's go ahead and do the second one. This one I got Skull Titamon and Porcupamon, the blocker of the deck, of the starter deck. Also on play, lets you trash 2 cards. Not used as much, but pretty cool to have. Skull Titamon as well. Don't see many lists with it, but maybe it could be played as a 1 or 2 of. Still not bad a card. I think the Beelzemons are a little bit better than the Skull Titamon. Not too good in the second pack, but still got 3 more to go. Second one is the Titamon. That's pretty cool. The Titamon. This would be considered. I'm not sure if this would be considered the max rarity, because I don't know if there's an alternate art of this. Not that I've seen. Maybe I have it. I just don't know if that's the one. But that's pretty cool to get the Titamon on deletion. Trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Really good to go ahead and start trashing cards and getting some of your on trash of your mill effects for the other cards that are in your deck. And then we got the Fascomon, which is also a blocker. Not used as much as well. It just comes with the starter deck, I guess, just as a, just to add more rookies to it. Not too bad though. It is a 3-drop blocker, but it can attack players, which is kind of let down on it. On to the 4th pack. This one we get, a Rivals Brought and the Tamer. That's what I'm talking about. The Tamers. This is a must-have. Some lists run it for with 3, some run it with 4, but even nonetheless, this is max ready of this card, which is pretty sweet. Along with Rival's Barrage, another staple in the Beelzemon deck. This one, whenever you trash it, you get to put it on your battle area for its delay effect, which lets you return 1 purple card or tamer from your hand by using it the next turn whenever it comes around after it's put in your battle area, which is pretty sweet because you can grab it, an Ayamako, or you can grab another purple Digimon. It doesn't have to be any, a Beelzemon or 7th grade Demon Lords or anything like that. It could be any purple, which you could grab a Death X, which actually on the one I was telling you guys about, they grabbed Death X from this and then dropped it on me, which is a pretty cool combo. As far as the Iron Mako on play, it is a searcher card, so it lets you search for a evil wizard or demon lord with their with the traits on their card. So you could get like Beelzemons, or most of the cards that you're gonna have in here are gonna have those 3 traits. So another good card to use whenever you're trying to whenever you're building this deck. A mandatory 3 or 4 of it, like I said. And then on Digivolution, when you Digivolve into a purple Digimon by suspending this tamer, return 1 card from your hand on top of your deck and then gain 1 memory. So if you're Digivolving into a level 5, you're usually reducing it down to a 2. And then if you're doing like a Digivolution where you mill, you can put like a Rival's Barrage, or you can put the Wizardmon on top of your deck, and then on Digivolution with that effect, you're gonna mill it. So a lot of the times you're going into your level 5 or even your level 6s for just a one cost, which is pretty cool. So really good pulls on that one. And the last one, let's see what's in it. This one's gonna be a Witchmon. Awesome. So I actually got all the ones that I wanted as far as the Beelzemon Cup pre-release cards, which is pretty cool. Witchmon would be the last one that I wanted. There might be more that I'm maybe missing, but maybe the Balmon that would have been cool to get. But the Witchmon is also another staple in the Beelzemon deck. When Digivolving, trash the top 2 or 3 cards of your deck. Another way to mill your deck and get some effects going, like some memory back, or even being able to pop some of your opponent's board with the Beelzemons. Beelzemon Blastmon, I believe. And then this does give you a DP boost on your turn when your Digimon has a Wizard or Demon Lord trait. It gives you 2,000 DP, so good way to get DP boost on your Beelzemons. Nice card. Alright, so that's going to be it for the pre-release ones. Really good pulls. Especially these right here. The Impmon as well. And then the first 2, which would be the Yaman, the Wizard, Impmon, Iron Mako, Rival's Barrage, Witchmon. 2 of these guys, not too bad. And then let's go Titamon, and then the Porcupine. Not bad. So let's move on to the actual deck itself. I'm probably going to struggle here to open this because of this little tape on it. I probably should have took it off before I started recording the video, but I wanted you guys to see that this is an actual brand new deck and not just one that I resealed. Alright, that one. But before we open the actual box itself, I want to take a look at the box and look at the artwork and just admire it. It's really cool. These are actual bigger, a little bit bigger boxes than the other starter decks that we've gotten. And this one comes with 10 bonus reprint cards, which are the 10 like the Vmon, the Guilmon, the X Antibuy that comes in, which are pretty cool. And it comes with 60 sleeves, so that's really nice. And the sleeves are actually really, really nice looking. 3 types of cards. Nice. I do recommend picking this up if you are looking to get into the game. This deck is actually ready to go, ready to compete, because it gives you everything you need as far as eggs, tamers, and Digimon and options. So it shows you everything that the game has to offer. Now let's look at the sleeves real quick. Now these sleeves are really nice, all black with the Beelzemon logo and his guns. Really nice. And it comes with 60. So if you decks compile of 50 card sleeves, or 50 cards in the deck, but it gives you extra just in case some of them rip or you lose some. Really nice. Alright, let's get it. It also comes with a little play mat. So if you're new to the game, you can always look at the play mat, and this is basically how the board is going to look like whenever you are starting the game. So you have let me look at it like this. So you have the memories up top, the memory system that the game comes with, or that's how the game is played. And you got your security on the left side, and you set your 5 battle area. You get your deck over here, trash, and you got your breeding area on the bottom, so where you hatch your egg. It's pretty nice, really nice looking map. And I'm sure somebody's gonna want to put it, make it into an actual map, which will be really nice to do. Now let's look at the deck itself. We'll go card by card, starting with the 4 eggs. So these are the eggs it comes with, and I explained to you earlier what the pre-release one that I pulled, the Titamon. So this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord trait, trash the top 2 cards of your deck whenever you attack. Good way to start trashing cards, and like I said, getting the effects off of all the cards that you start milling. Usually want to run 4 of these, or depending on how you want to play your play style, you could run the old Pagamon from the old purple starter deck. On deletion, you can milk, I believe it's 2 cards, so it goes really well with the Impmon, one of the Impmons that comes in here, because you milk 5 cards. It comes with 2 Impmons. This type of Impmon, when attacking, if you have 20 more cards in your trash, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Beelzemon from your trash for the Digivolution cost of 3. So a good way to warp into your Beelzemon if you have 20 cards in trash, which in this deck I've seen them have 20 cards in trash by like turn 2 or 3. It's really good as far as milling and you know, getting cards that you need in trash and being able to warp from this guy. Inheritable, when a card is trash from your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. So once your opponent starts playing level 3s or floodgates like Madoki Betamons, or you know, stuff to keep you from getting memory, this is a really good way to get rid of them, so you don't have to deal with it on the board anymore, and they have to play another one, or you know, you start getting back your memory or whatnot. And we got 4 Candlemons. On play, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. On deletion, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, draw 1. A good rookie just to drop, so you can start trashing cards as well. Not too used in the actual, you know, the upgraded deck of this type of deck, but nonetheless, if you're just starting the game out, this is actually a really decent rookie because it lets you trash it, which is what you want to do. And it comes with 4 of the Fascomon, which is the blocker, just a way to get a blocker on the field so your opponent can't swing into your security and you can protect your board. Nothing too special about this guy. You just can't attack whenever you can't attack players, but you can attack other Digimon, so not too bad. Good blocker. Then we got 4 of the Porcupamon, which is another blocker, level 4 blocker, and he's only a 4 drop, so if you need to get a blocker out and not pass too much memory, 4 is not bad, and especially since he has an on play to trash 2 cards. So another way to protect your board and not have to worry about them swinging into your other Digimon or your security. And it comes with 4 of the Witchmon. With Digivolving, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. Really good to go over this Impmon, because when you're Digivolving and then you trash the top 3 cards, you're activating the Inheritable, which deletes a level 3 on their side of the field, which is really nice, and like I said, a good way to get rid of rookies or floodgates. And then Inheritable, while this Digimon has a Wizard or Demon Lord trait, it gets 2000 DP, so a really good DP boost and ways to get your Beelzemon beefy. It comes with 3 of the Balmons. Now this effect is really nice. When Digivolving, trash the top 3 cards of your deck, and then if you have 10 or more cards in your trash at the time of the trashing and when Digivolving, you do get an on deletion, which lets you may play 1 Beelzemon from your trash without paying the cost until the end of your opponent's turn. So if you Digivolve for 3 into the Balmon, trash, you know, the 3 cards, you have 10 cards in trash, if he gets deleted that turn or until the end of your opponent's turn, you get to play a free Beelzemon from your trash. So this is a really good way to just keep a level 5 on the board without your opponent wanting to delete it. Of course, you need a Beelzemon in trash, but with the amount of trashing you do, you're going to have, you know, a few, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 Beelzemons in your trash ready to go when he gets deleted. So a lot of the times your opponent won't want to delete him because they won't want you to get a Beelzemon on the board. So unless you're playing against decks that bounce your Digimon back to hand or deck, this is a pretty safe guaranteed way to keep a level 5 on the field, and if they decided to delete it, you're gonna get a free level 6 out of it. So really good when digivolving effect. It is a 7-drop Digimon to hard play. So if you need to play it, unfortunately, it does cost a lot of memory to do, but you obviously don't want to do that if you don't need to. Inheritable is also the same thing as Witchmon. While this Digimon has a Wizard or Demon Lord trait, it does get 2000 DP. So another good way to beef up your Beelzemon to swing over a new Digimon that's over him. And then it comes with 2 Beelzemons. So when digivolving, trash the top 4 cards in your deck. All turns when a card is trashed. Once per turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, gain 1 memory for every 10 cards in your trash. And then the other effect, your turn once per turn. When a card is trashed from your deck, the Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. So when you're digivolving into this guy, and let's say you have your Ayamako, you're at 3 or 2 memory or whatnot, there's really good ways to reduce this memory cost by whenever you digivolving, by trashing cards by trashing your cards and then milling a Wizardmon or whatnot, and reducing the digivolution cost along with the Ayamakos. So another good way, especially when you're warping from the Impmon, another good way to reduce the digivolution cost by 4. Lots of different combos you can do with this guy, especially when you're trashing so much and got what you need in trash. Comes with 2 Beelstarmons. Whenever you play this card from your hand, reduce the play cost by 4 for every 10 cards in your trash. So if you have 30 cards in your trash, you're playing her on play for 1, because you're reducing it by 12. So you're getting a level 6 for free for 1 cost. Now obviously you don't have to do it when you have 30 or more in there, but you could do it when you have 20 or 10, and it'll still reduce the play cost. But even if you have 40, I mean, she's going to become free. All turns once per turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, you may play 1 Impmon from your trash without paying the cost, and then the Digimon played by this effect gains Rush. So good combos to do with her is if you are, let's say you are at 1 memory and you have no security checks left on your board, but you have 1 check left to win the game. You play her for 1, she brings out an Impmon, he gains Rush, you're swinging for game. Or even just a way to get rid of some of their rookies, or with another Impmon swing, or do some chip damage, is a really good way to get that much closer to winning the game. And then on opponent's turn, when an opponent's Digimon attacks, you trash the top card of your deck. So if your opponent attacks, whenever they attack once per turn, you're trashing a card. Well, not once per turn, but every time your opponent attacks, you're trashing a card from your deck. So that trash could sometimes be something very important that you might need. Might be one of your Beelzemon's Blastmon, which we'll talk about here in a minute, that lets you delete a Digimon on their side of the field. So if they're swinging with their Digimon, her effect activates first. You mill that card. If it's a Blastmon, it can delete the Digimon that swings, and then the swing doesn't ever happen because obviously the Digimon's not going to be on the field anymore. And then the all turn effect activates as well, because once per turn, all turns, you get to summon an Impmon. So not only will they be swinging and you'll be trashing, you'll also be bringing back an Impmon ready to go next turn, whether it be the one that warps or the one that trashes on deletion. Another good way to get out more rookies and start swarming your opponent and putting a lot more pressure on them. And it comes with 2 Beelzemon Blast Mode. This is what I was just talking about. When this card is trashed from your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon, but for every 10 cards you have in your trash, you increase the level by 1. So if you have 10 cards in trash, you're deleting a level 4, 20 cards, you're deleting a level 5, 30, 6, and then if you have a 40, for 40 cards in your trash, you're deleting whatever is on the field, because there's nothing up above 7. And then when digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon. If you have 20 or more cards in your trash, gain 3 memory. So if you have a Beelzemon that just attacked and he lived his checks or whatnot, you go into this guy and you are getting back 3 memory basically, because you're digivolving, he's unsuspending, and if you have 20 or more cards in your trash, you're getting 3 memory. So he's a 1 cost digivolution if you have 20 cards in your trash, which again, this deck is all about trashing, so the likelihood of you having 20 cards in your trash when you're ready to go into blast mode is really high. So another good way to just swing with your Beelzemon, get your 1 or 2 checks, restand, and if you're digivolved into the Beelzemon, that gives him an extra check. He's also getting an extra check because it is for the turn. This Digimon gains it for the turn. So you're swinging for 4 checks in 1 turn. as long as your Beelzemon survives. And a really good card to mill as well, because of the on deletion or on the mill, you get a deletion. And it comes with 4 Iron Makos. And I talked about this card earlier when I opened up the pre-release packs. On play, reveal the top 4 cards, adds a Digimon with Evil Wizard or Demon Lord. And then whenever you Digivolve into a purple Digimon by suspending its tamer, return 1 card from your hand to the top of the deck, and then gain a memory. So really good way just to reduce the Digivolution cost of your, well, not reduce, but you're gaining a memory. So it's 2 different things, sorry. But you're gaining a memory back, and then you're putting a card on top, which what I talked about earlier, you could put the Wizardmon back. Oh, not this, is the wrong card. Where's the Wizardmon at? Where are you, Wizard? It's here somewhere. Oh, that's right. The Wizardmon doesn't come in this thing. It comes in the I forgot what set it comes in, but nevertheless, the Wizardmon is what you want to put on top. So get 4 Wizardmons. But you could put that back, and then the option card that I'm about to show you guys, you also can put on top of your deck to trash it whenever you Digivolve into the Balmon, which was this guy, because you're trashing 3 cards, and then you're basically making him a 1 cost to Digivolve. Or if you're going into, like, let's say a Witchmon, it's also trashing 3 cards, so you're going into her basically for free, because you're trashing a Wizardmon and you're getting a memory back from Iron Mako. So really solid tamer, especially a 3 drop, just to search your deck for any pieces that you might be missing. Comes with 2 Rivals Barrage, if I can get it. So Rivals Barrage, also a card I explained about in the pre-release, but we'll go over it again. When this Digimon is trashed from your deck, when this card is trashed from your deck, you may place it in the battle area. Main, I didn't talk about the main effect actually, now that I think about it. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. So if you ever in a sticky situation where there's a big body Digimon that you just can't get rid of at that time, and it needs to go because it's there, you're deleting him for 7. So this is also a get out of, not a get out of jail free, but like a way, an option to just get rid of a big problem body that's on the field. Let's say it's just 1 Digimon, and that Digimon, it's the only Digimon they have, and they have nothing in raising. You may pay, you're paying 7, but you're getting rid of the Digimon that they have on the field, which can buy you another turn, because now they have to hatch an egg, evolve, and then start going up the line again, or do whatever they need to do to get another Digimon on the field. But the main delay that it gives you is you can return 1 purple Digimon from your, or tamer from your trash. So a lot of times you're going to want to trash this just to have it in delay, but it's not a bad idea to have 1 handy in your hand just to use it to get rid of a problematic Digimon on their side of the field. Okay, and I believe the rest are just promos or reprints. Oh, it does come with them. Okay, it does come with the Wizardmons. I knew it did. The Entmon. So this is the same as the pre-release Beelzemon Cup card that I put on deletion and trashing 3 cards. If you have this over the Pagumon egg from the other starter deck, you're trashing 5 cards in total. And I mean, when you're trashing that many cards, who's to know you might not mill another card that trashes more cards, or another card that gives you memory, so you can extend your combos or whatnot. Really good rookie, and mostly a mandatory 4 of in the Beelzemon deck, just because of all the untrashing milling stuff that it does. And these are the Wizardmons I was talking about. So when this card is trashed in your deck, you gain 1 memory. This card you want to see get milled all the time, because you want to get those memories back, and you want to be able to extend your plays as well. But the inheritable is actually not that bad, because when you may reveal 1 purple card in your hand and return it to the top of your deck, which is like I explained earlier. You can put another Wizardmon on top of your deck and then mill it with the Balmon, or with the Beelzemon as well. So it's really good card, mandatory 4 of for sure. And then it comes with 4 Skull Titamons. Just to give you 8 level 5, so you don't have to play with just 4. But this is not a bad card. Trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then return 1 card with Demon Lord trait from your trash to your hand. Mostly Demon Lords are just the Beelzemons. I don't think. No, so you can't get a Beelstar man. She's not a Demon Lord. She's a 3 Musketeer. but you for sure can get the Beelzemon. And I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay, so you can get the blast mode. I believe I think the other blast mode from EX3 is the one that doesn't have Demon Lord. I'm not sure. I think I read that somewhere, but don't quote me on that. But anyways, you get to get one back from your trash in case you need to. And heritable is actually pretty good because your turn once per turn when you trash a card, you get a memory. So like I said, you're trashing constantly, so you're gonna be getting memory back. Going from the level 2 go into a 4 cost Beelzemon, you can you're trashing 4 cards, so you're really going only for 3. And if you have the Iron Mako, you're going for 2, and if you discard a Wizardmon, you're going for 1. So really good way to get memory back, and then keep your turn. The Death Slinger is the last card of the deck. For the deck, it's the Death. This is another kind of like a Wizardmon as well. Whenever this card is trashed, you're gaining a memory. Another card that you can put on top of your deck with Wizardmon's Inheritable, and then mill it, or whenever you're milling cards, you also can hit with this card a lot of the times, which it does happen quite often because of the amount you're milling. And then the other effect, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards in your trash, increase the highest level this effect can choose by 1. So same thing as the blast mode milling. This one destroys level 4 or level 3 starting from 0 trash, and this one deletes at level 4 starting from 0 in trash. Except it goes up by 1 for every 10 cards in your trash. So this one you only need 10 to destroy a 5, 20 to destroy a 6, and then 30 to destroy anything that's on the board on your opponent's side of the field. This also I recommend playing it at 4, not because of the effect, but because of the milling effect. Not by the main effect, should I say, but because of the milling, because you're getting memory back. And then if they activate security, you're activating the main effect, which deletes a Digimon on their side of the field, depending on how much is in trash. Also comes with these little memory markers, which are pretty cool for beginners that don't have a mat. You just, one on their side, on your opponent's side, and this one on your side, so they can have their memory and you can have yours. These come mostly with all of these starter decks that are available for play, except for the first ones that come out. And I think it is just the first 6, but this is pretty cool for beginners. Now we can look at all of the promo reprints that came out in this deck. Starting with the Guilmon, and this is the starter deck 7 Guilmon, the one that lets you warp. So if your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon in play, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Gallantmon in your hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. Obviously you're not going to use it in this deck, but it's a really nice reprint to have, really nice art as well. Let me put this over here. And you got the Vmon, which is from ST8 starter deck Ulforce deck. This one is just almost the same as, well, actually it is kind of the same as the Guilmon. Lets you warp into a level 6 Veedramon if your opponent has a level 4 Digimon or a level 6 higher Digimon on this side of the field. Really nice reprint as well, used in the Ulforce deck. And we got the Argomon Baby from BT2. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your unsuspend phase, gain 1 memory. This Argomon is probably one of the most used babies in any Green deck, especially like Bloom Lord, where they're constantly unsuspending on their turn because they keep their Digimon suspended for the most part. And we got this nice looking art for Tactical Retreat, used in security control. I'm sure a lot of you players know about this card by now. Main, place one of your Digimon on top of your security stack face down, so you get to, for a 1 cost, you get to put one of your Digimon on the top of your stack. So if it's like, I don't know, a Zord Defeat, I don't know if people still play that in security control, you're putting a Zord Defeat for 1 after it swings and lives back into your security, if you're playing security control. Or if you're playing any kind of yellow deck that recovers a lot, you can also put this in there as well. And we got the Sooner Reason, which this was the one that I was looking forward more to because I liked playing black a lot. Well, your turn, all of your black Digimon gain 3,000, or with 3,000, oh sorry. All of your black Digimon with 13,000 EP or more gain piercing. So if you have let's say you're playing Alphamon or Blastmon, it's over 13k, and they have a Digimon suspended, you can go ahead and swing into it and you gain piercing. Really nice card. And this used to be played a lot in black decks back in BT7, BT8 when this came out. And also gives an extra security check if your Digimon is a 13,000 or more as an inheritable. Good way to apply pressure. So this is the starter deck 6 Pagomon that I was talking about. Trash the top 2 cards on deletion. Goes really good with the Impmon on top, because if you have him on top and he swings and dies in security, you're trashing the top 5 cards of your deck with these both on deletions. So like I said, a lot of people like playing for this one, or they like playing for the other one, which are either way, either one you play, it's not too bad of an idea as well. And then you get 2 Impmons of the EX2. This one, I believe you want to play 4 of because of the search, as well as the mill effect whenever this card is trashed from your deck, except by EX2. So you can't trash him with another ones and then do the effect again. So if you trash this guy and then you mill the top 3 and you trash another one, you can't use the effect again if it's the same Digimon that did it. But it is a May effect, so do not act. Don't think that you have to do it, because if you're about to mill out and then you mill this, you may mill 3. You don't have to trash the top 3. You can trash. It says you may trash up to 3 cards. So you can trash 1 if you want. You can trash 2. You don't have to trash 3, because this deck also has a huge problem with decking yourself out. So a lot of the times, this deck's own worst enemies it's itself, because you're decking yourself out and you're not. You got to be able to count the amount of cards that are in your hand in your deck before you start just milling, because you don't want to mill yourself out. So it comes with 2, which is not bad. You definitely want to get another 2 just to get the playset. It comes with a BT2 Beelzemon. So this one, while you have 10 or more cards in your trash, your Impmon may digivolve into this card in your hand for a digivolution cost of 4, ignoring this card's digivolution requirements. And then when you digivolve, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. This one you can play this one as like a 1-of. It's not that good of an effect as the new ones are, but it can have its uses, especially in the early game. If you are just finished milling your 10 cards and you drop an Impmon, and even if you keep turn, you can just warp into this guy if you have 10 cards in trash and delete one of the level 4s. Or if they decide to leave the Impmon on the field and you have 10 cards in trash, go ahead and warp into this guy, and you'll have a level 6 for free that can do whatever plays it needs to be done. It doesn't have to be over any specific Impmon, it just has to be over an Impmon. So if you want to, you can go over this guy, and then he gets the inheritable. If this Digimon's a Beelzemon, he gets 3,000 DP, so you have a 14,000 beater on your turn. And then the last promo that comes with the reprint is the X Antibody option card. This card looks amazing. The artwork just looks so nice. Has Alphamon and then Omnimon X on the side. Really nice card. I really like the artwork they did with this one. And it still has plenty of use in the current meta. So if you run decks that run multiple copies, having this one will be pretty sweet just to have. Unfortunately, we didn't pull the alternate art Beelzemon, but we do have another chance, and I will do this on the video just so you guys can see with me that if I pull it or not. That would be awesome. But we'll find out. I was gonna open this one anyways because I only have a playset of some of the cards in here, especially like the Beelzemons and the Blastmons and whatnot. It'd be nice to have a playset of them. All right. Comes another pack, so I got another pack of sleeves, which is pretty nice, as well as another set of the reprint cards, which is nice. I actually wanted another Vmon for my 04 stack. I'll put this aside. Alright, let's see what we get. I believe that's the only alternate art in this deck that comes out in it. I haven't been able to see it. And we get... Oh, did I pass it up? Nope, didn't get it. Oh, unfortunately. But nevertheless, my thoughts on this deck, guys. If you're wanting to get into the game, or if you are a fan of the Beelzemon, if you're a fan of Beelzemon, you already play the game, you already know that this is what you guys have been waiting for. But if you're new to the game or you want to get into it, this is a really good starter deck to get into the game with. Most purple decks make you think a lot, and I'm not saying this deck doesn't, because it kind of does, because with all the milling it does. and it's a little bit more advanced, as the name says, advanced deck set. But it is a pretty good deck to get into the game with if you're trying to try out the TCG. The deck is ready to go as soon as you get it to be competitive with any other deck that's out on the market right now. So it's definitely a must buy for me. Even if you're just a collector, definitely buy it. Or even if you don't play the deck and you just want to have it, or don't plan on playing it, it's nice to have either way. So thanks for watching, guys. Another Pool Party Tuesday episode, and we'll be back next week with a different box that we open.